In this video, let's talk about what the difference between directive hypnosis and Ericksonian hypnosis is. The difference is significant. And in this video I will also try to dispel doubts, myths about the word and concept of hypnosis in general. Very many people of today who are offered to do hypnosis have some sense of skepticism. They think I'll be forced to do something against my will. Running around the stage naked, making out with a frog. Anything you see absurd on stage, it's all ridiculed and called the word hypnosis. That's why the mass perception of people has such an attitude towards this concept. What really is hypnosis? Really? I will try to reveal the maximum in this video, and I will say ahead of time that this is a very powerful weapon. But it must be in good hands. If it is used by a person who knows what he is doing, knows who he is doing it to and how, then it is a very powerful tool that is used by all great people, all people who have achieved something in life, popular personalities. They all take advantage of it, but naturally they don't tell anyone about it. And in order for ordinary people not to get far out there, not to achieve such heights and results, in the ordinary mass of people made in such a way that around the word hypnosis and the concept dispelled such myths, so that people do not even go there, so that they were not even interested in it, and they immediately I do not need your hypnosis. So they stayed in the space of their own. Let's get this straight. Well, what I'm trying to explain. Every human being has a body. He puts on his shoes, puts on clothes, gloves when it's cold, does his hair, colors his eyes. There's something he's doing to himself. But that's just the outer shell. He can be fat, he can be skinny, he can be small, he can be big. Every person has more of this inside. Let me draw it in a different color. There's this sunshine inside. I call him. It's our soul center, our heart, and that all over our body creates this aura. Some call it a biofield. There it is. It's a biofield. If we look under a microscope, under a very, very, very strong microscope, under the maximum microscope, we will see that these particles here, they go beyond the body. That is, at the greatest magnification, let's say our foot has no clear boundary. It's intertwined with its surroundings. These neurons right here, they move at the molecular level, they move and they're connected to space. I mean, there's no clear boundary. So some people, for example, are particularly sensitive. They can put their hand on their body and feel where the cold is coming, where the heat is coming. They feel just the shell that goes beyond the body. In fact, this is only a summarizing of our day's topic. What a man has in his mind, that is, what he thinks about. He's thinking, I gotta buy kefir, I gotta make a phone call. Okay, And why did you do it? I want to eat. I want to go to the toilet. There are a lot of different thoughts going on in a person's head in a day. The man is thinking. It's called consciousness. It's called consciousness. We consciously think, we ask questions, we answer. But there are times when we feel that you don't have to do it, you don't have to go there. Or you don't have to date this person. Or vice versa, I feel like it's going to be good. I can't explain it, everything around me seems to be going against it, but I feel like I have to do it. That's the feeling, some call it intuition. Feeling and intuition are your unconscious. Unconscious. What is the unconscious? If a person is not engaged in trances, hypnosis, then, as a rule, his unconscious lives by itself. It wants to help him, it helps him, it doesn't want to help him. If she wanted to, she told me what to do. Didn't want to, didn't give you a hint. So the unconscious dangles on its own. Once you start doing trance or hypnosis, which is the same thing, just trance is a more loquacious name, and hypnosis is the name that scares everyone for some reason. But it's essentially the same thing. They just come in different flavors. When you start working in hypnosis and trance, you can negotiate with your unconscious. I put up a sign, equals. You can learn about your unconscious, you can communicate with it, that is, you can ask it for advice, you can ask it for solutions, how to act, how to do better. Because that's the talky in your head. Yeah, so, I don't love him because he didn't give me money or he has a bad car. I don't love him. Or I won't take this job because the boss is a jerk, I hate him, and so on. This endless mumbling, it's usually not productive. It doesn't help change lives for the better. It happens very often that this mumbler, she goes in circles through life. That is, the same things, the same events, the same reactions, the same emotions. In circles because it's all the same mumbling in here. But once we engage the unconscious, we begin to feel what we really need. Unconscious. It's usually, you see the body here, yes, we drew in the beginning, the unconscious. It's a very complicated subject to explain so simply in a child's drawing. You have it connecting people in space. I mean, on a molecular level. For example, there are many phenomena known where people can transmit thoughts to each other or, for example, feel each other. For example, you thought about a person since they called you, even though they hadn't called there for years before. Or for example, a mother and child, very much they have an attachment, they have very much this bond. And they can sense each other at any distance. For example, there are clairvoyants who foresee events in the future. Or those who can say what happened in the past. Of course, there are a lot of charlatans, a lot of scammers who make it all up and use basic psychology looking at the person. But in reality, there are things that happen that are inexplicable. The man couldn't have known it in any way at all, because no one knows about it. And that's the most powerful thing in the world, to have access to this field where all people are united. You get that there are people here, there are events here, and there is a past and a future here. Well, of course it's real. It's all such a big soup that we have going on not only on planet Earth, but generally connected to the entire universe. Concepts about space, the size of the universe. They raise a lot of questions, too. I repeat. Timing. What do you mean there's no time? How is it that the universe has always been there? How is it that the universe will always be? These are the toughest questions that we don't have answers for, and people are just used to seeing them as some kind of entertainment. How's that? And in fact, it's the strongest, most powerful thing there can be. It's the strongest, most powerful tool. So, this space, when there is no time, when everything is in one, both the past and the future in one flow of information, in one biofield, yes, your unconscious is a part of all this. And by not using it, you don't have the same strong and powerful capabilities as if you start using it, as if you start having access to this whole thing where you can sort out past events, anticipate future events, sense other people, what they need. And, as a rule, the unconscious is not your mumbling in your head, but it works without you. So it's separate. Here's your body with the mumbler and your unconscious, which is connected to all the people on the planet, all the events and so on. And it's a little bit different. And man. With trance, she can connect the unconscious to the conscious. That is, he can turn to the unconscious with any question that interests him, and the unconscious gives him the answer in trance, in hypnosis. How do you become successful? How do you make money for a new yacht, a 5-bedroom apartment downtown? Or how to find the most wealthy man? You don't know. Here in this mumbling you can read books, watch movies, communicate with other people, but it will be at the level of mumbling. Maybe this is the way to do it, maybe this is the way to do it, I'll try this again. But when you use a powerful tool in the form of trance and hypnosis, and the unconscious solves the problem for you, then only powerful changes in your life for the better occur. So, getting back to our topic, what is Ericksonian hypnosis? What hypnosis, trance and suggestion are. Ericksonian hypnosis is so much more of a light meditation. We have Ericksonian equals meditation. Meditation is something so unobtrusive and you don't have to make any extreme decisions, give extreme suggestions. You can cover your eyes. You can, the key word is can. And you can. If you don't want to, you can go about your business in a trance. I'll keep talking. You may or may not listen to me. You can feel your body relaxing. You can, keyword. Right here at the Ericksonian. It is a gentle technique that shields people from the word hypnosis, especially skeptics who are afraid of the word. So we say you are not going into hypnosis, but let's do an exercise, let's do a light meditation. And the person relaxes quietly in the process. He does not see any direct suggestion, he is comfortable, harmonious, and he realizes that this was the normal theme of meditation. It's okay, I wasn't compelled to do anything. And this level of Ericksonian hypnosis, meditations, I think it's very workable, it's very strong, and it produces results, naturally. And yet our government has hidden the word hypnosis from us. Not a trans or an Ericksonian. Yeah. Because hypnosis is the most powerful weapon in working with the unconscious. And it can be used for both good and harm. The most important thing is to sort out who is doing it, for what purposes, to whom. So when a person goes to see a hypnotherapist, they should trust them as much as possible. It is very difficult to trust another person, but, nevertheless, such people usually appear to us by word of mouth, by recommendations, when one person has something very much changed in life. And hypnosis, in its truest sense, yes, that's the way it is. Hypnosis, it's like directive hypnosis with direct suggestion. What is direct suggestion? Direct compulsions are you closing your eyes. Your eyes are closing. You're sleepy. That is, we give direct instructions. You don't eat after 6 anymore. You no longer pay attention to men unworthy of your surroundings. Direct suggestion. And here this tool will not work for everyone, because if a person resists direct suggestion, there are a lot of skeptics, it will not work with him. But if he has gotten past that point, if he has understood the subject, if he has found the right person, a hypnotherapist, and they know together what can be done with suggestion and self-hypnosis, then it is the most powerful tool. Which, of course, he's hiding from us. Because if all people knew about it, there would be a real mess on planet Earth. Everyone would achieve great heights of results. And where that would have led to is unknown.